Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode from the Multi-Tools and Blades channel. Today we're having a look at a vintage multi-tool from the early 90s. This was made by Cooper Industries in Houston, Texas, under commission by Crescent tools, which they called the Toolzall. Now I know what you're all thinking, that looks way too familiar to something that we all know. Did you guess correctly? Yes, it was the Leatherman PST. This is in fact the legendary tool made by Cooper Industries that had a huge big lawsuit between Leatherman for patent infringement. Cooper Industries firmly believed that the patents weren't registered correctly and that the design for the PST was in the open domain. The court sorted all that technicality out, which led to a win for Leatherman in the tune of about $4.5 million in punitive damages. The first thing you notice with your eyes is the knurled screws have gone, but the first thing you feel is these corners. They're very sharp, uncomfortably sharp to be honest. It could have been filed down of course, but extra work means extra money. And from what I've read, people said they bought these brand new back in the 90s for about $15. So considering Leatherman was selling theirs for about $39, you can see why Leatherman cracked the shits. The stamp around the fulcrum there isn't actually crisp. There's a little bit of debris in it. When you look at the inside tools, the main blade is half serrated. I do believe this came out before the PST2. And the rest of the tools are identical to what you'd find on a PST. It's got two screwdrivers there and a reamer. I'm so sad that the tip's broken off my blade. Oh, it certainly does make me think what kind of steel they used in this. There are signs of use, but the screwdrivers aren't twisted. And if we flip it around, the tools on the other side are exactly the same as a PST as well. We've got a can opener, Phillips screwdriver, another flat blade screwdriver, tiny little bubby one, and double-sided file with metal hacksaw. I really like the file on this, to be honest. It's very good quality. I wasn't expecting that. See, the interesting thing is I don't think Cooper Industries ever intended this to be an inferior product. They've been making tools for hundreds of years, and I think they just had the know-how, the machinery. They could just do it cheaper because of their presence in the industry. So obviously Cooper Industry made this for Crescent tools. Crescent wanted their label Toolzall, which they put on the side. Once they were hit with a lawsuit from Leatherman and they could no longer be making these tools for Crescent, Crescent had to find someone else to make them. So they reached out to another company that had just entered the market to make the Toolzall Pro. And if you look, this is familiar to a lot of people as well. This was made by Bear & Sons, who made the bear jaws. I think I've got one here. There you go. So bear jaws, exactly the same tool. So Bear & Sons did exactly the same thing as what Cooper Industries did. They just rebranded their own product for Crescent to make their own tool. I think the correct term is called brand engineering. And I really don't have a problem with that. Everyone's making a bit of money. So they still make them under the Toolzall Pro by Crescent. This is a current iteration. It's got these two little springs here that help with the facilitating of the tools being unlocked. And when you actually open up the pliers, they also come together to form a bit of a spring. So you've got spring action pliers as well. It's a nice little feature. I mean, it's quite common today to have pliers with springs, but not back in the early 2000s. And it's quite a unique design in that when you're using them very small, you got the spring, but when you open them up like normal pliers, the spring doesn't work, which is actually quite ingenious when you think about it. Now, there's one more little thing I want to show you, and that's the sheaths. So the original Toolzall and the Toolzall Pro came in exactly the same sheath. So that tells me that they weren't made, considering the two tools were made by two different companies, that goes to show that the sheaths were made by someone else. And they're good quality sheaths too. They're not bad. I really actually like them. You can see over so many years have been used and abused, and they're still holding up quite well. I do see a lot of these tools on eBay still secondhand. Most of the time they've got the electrician's plier head. Very rarely ever see these come on in such good condition, just like this one. So if you do see one, make sure you pick one up. And just remember, sometimes they don't have the Toolzall stamped logo into it. I think my brain twitched off about a minute ago, so I think I'll leave it there. Thank you all for watching another episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Leave any comments if you want me to answer them, and I'll catch you all next time.